Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's workout. Today we're going to do a little posture focused workout. So typically when we're talking about posture, we're talking about strengthening the posterior chain. So it's all the muscles on the back of the body. And usually you're also probably dealing with wanting to strengthen the deep core muscles, and usually releasing the tightness through the front of the body. So we're going to attempt to do a little bit of all of that. It won't be a super long video, but hopefully it'll be just the right amount to start to feel some activation through the posterior chain and some release through the anterior chain. So for this workout, I'm just going to be using a resistance band. This particular one is by Bosu. It is the medium one, but you can use whatever you have at home. Set that to the side for now, and we'll start first on our stomachs with the hands behind the head. So lower down onto your belly, forehead down, hands behind the head. You're going to breathe in and lift the elbows off the ground. And then think about kind of depressing your shoulder blades towards your back pockets. It's not a move you can see on me, but you'll just have to feel it on your own. Then release and let the elbows come down. Then breathe in, lift the elbows up. Depress the shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. Release and lower down. 3 more. Breathe in, lift elbows as high as you can go. Depress the shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. Release and let go. Breathe in, lift the elbows. Depress the shoulder blades. Release and let go. Last one. Breathe in, lift the elbows. Depress the shoulder blades. Exhale and release. Then bring the arms out in front but wide. So you're making like the letter Y, like you're about to do the YMCA. And you're going to breathe in and lift the arms up, but nice and wide, right? It's not way up here. It's not like a Superman. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then lower down. Lift up, squeeze shoulder blades, lower down. Breathe in, lift, lower. Lift, squeeze, lower. Now, as you're lifting, you're trying to find an openness through your chest as well. Release. So it's not just a lift and a squeeze of the shoulder blades, but it's also some openness through the front body. 3 more. Breathe in and lift, lower. Lift, lower. And last one, lift and lower. Then from here, we're going to take the elbows out to the side, so they're 90 degrees. So if you were looking at me from overhead, I'm like this. And again, we're going to lift up, and you can lift your head and chest too. And then imagine you're trying to pull your elbows down towards your waistband, but there's something preventing you from going all the way down. But you have that just kind of squeeze, that sensation of squeezing, and then lower down. 5 more. Breathe in, lift. Squeeze, release, lower, lift, squeeze, release, lower. 3 more, lift, squeeze, release, lower. 2 more, lift, squeeze, release, lower. Last one, lift, squeeze, release, lower. Wow. The annoying thing about these workouts is that they're not like sweat inducing, but they're difficult in like a different kind of way, right? Like you're not out of breath, but you're like, man, I feel those muscles working. All right, now you're gonna be on your back. I want you to envision a corset and take your hands and put your hands kind of on your sides here in your low, around the sides of your low belly. And then imagine tightening up a corset so it goes all the way around. If you're not really sure what that feels like, you could also just clear your throat, go, and your belly will involuntarily do that. It's a tightening inwards, not a tightening outwards or a push outwards. At the same time, you're going to lift your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor is the the diamond shape, everything that fits in the diamond shape that's at the inside of your pants. So it's the base of your torso. You're going to lift that up. If you have ever used a tampon before and it didn't go all the way in and now you're like out of the bathroom and you can't fix it yourself. You just have to like think about like lifting it up a little bit. It's a very gentle version of that. If you've never used a tampon before, but you have walked into cold water, like a lake or a pool, it's that sensation of the very cold water hitting this region and you being like, it's that sort of upward lift. So you want a very gentle version of both of those things, the tampon thing that I just explained and the like, you're not actually like, it's not an aggressive pull up, it's a very gentle lift. At the same time, you are creating that corset sensation. So you should have some tension through the belly. Now we're going to press into the heels and lift the rest of the feet up. And then reach the arms up towards the ceiling, but I mean up towards the ceiling. So look at my shoulders. It's not here. Shoulders are off because you are reaching actively up. Now we're going to start marching. So lift one knee, keep that squeeze of the core and the lift of the pelvic floor. And we're going to exchange legs like this while we keep the integration of the core and the pelvic floor. This means that in order to breathe, you have to take sips of air into the chest so that you can keep your core really tight. And if you're not sure if you've lost it, just put your hand and tap, tap, tap like I am. And you can also stop at any point, realign, lift pelvic floor, do the little cough, and then get back into it. So this should not hurt your low back at all. If it does, you are probably not bracing your core correctly. So pause the video and try to figure that part out first. It's so important to have your core dialed into this, because if you don't, you're just kind of like using your psoas rather than your deep, deep core muscles. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, and 2, and last one. Great job. Now take your resistance band, pop it over your knees, so above your knees about 2 or 3 inches. This next move is going to do a couple of things. It's going to fire on the glute medius, glute max, and get you a little bit of openness through the hip flexors. Take your feet about hip distance and pull your feet as close to your pelvis as you comfortably can. Now, with your arms by your side, flip your arms, but don't just flip at the elbows. Kind of lift up and adjust from the shoulders so that you have this broad sensation through the chest. You kind of have to begin to teach your body to be a little bit more broad and open through the chest. And that's one of the best ways to do it. Turn the palms up, but like turn them from the shoulders. All right, begin to press into the heels and the outside edges of the feet so your knees will drive out to the side just a little bit and you'll begin to feel the legs fire on. Press and lift up and squeeze the glutes. Lift your hips as high as you can and then lower down. The second the hips touch, lift right back up. So we're just gonna lift and lower until we get a good burn. So just get comfortable here. As you breathe, you're gonna think about exhaling as you lift the hips up and inhaling as you lower. Take your time coming down, but go quick on the way up. This is, the reason for that is because we want time under tension. So we wanna slow it down as we lower down because it means that the glutes are still working. It just keeps us really intentional. Then at the top there, you might even want to hold it for like half a beat, just to also continue to get a nice opening through the front body here. All right, I'm really starting to feel this burn. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Whew! All right, stretch that out by hugging your knees in. And then lower your left foot down and keep your right leg lifted. We're gonna do 4 more, 2 times on each leg. So press into your left foot to lift and lower. 2 and lower. 3 and lower. 4, wow. Switch sides. 4, lower. 3, lower. 2, lower, last 1, lower. Other side, lift up for 4, lower, 3, lower, 2, and 1. Switch sides. 4, lower, 3, lower, 2, lower, and done. Great job. All right, we're going to keep this band on and just turn to the side. Oh, Lord, this is difficult. Okay. See how my head is? We don't want that. You want to have head in line with your spine. So don't prop your head up. All right, put your feet together and you're going to keep them together as you open up and release. We're just doing 10 each side. Here's 9. Release. 8. Now focus on the core. Find that core set. 7, 6, 5. Check in with your shoulder too. You don't want it rolling forward. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold it here at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Switch sides. All right, coming over to the other side, feet are together. Watch that shoulder, lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hold it at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, we'll take this off, set it to the side, come back over onto your other side. We're going to hold a side plank, but before you get up into it, find the lift of the pelvic floor, the brace of the core. Find that core set and tighten that up. Again, if you're not sure if you're properly bracing, hand to the belly and just go, and your stomach will involuntarily do that, and then just hold that. Now we're going to come up into a side plank. We're just going to hold it. You have options though. If you are a total beginner, you're here. If you have a little bit more to give, your legs can be staggered. And if you want a little bit more, your legs can be stacked. We're going to hold for 20 seconds. So rise up. 1, 2, I like arm up. 3, that's just me personally. 4, 5, keep pushing the ground away with that arm. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Lower down. Woo! Okay, other side. You want to be sure that your hips are pointed this way rather than up to the ceiling. So think about that on this next time around. Here we go. Rise up, push the ground away, lift those hips up. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Lower down. Okay, from here, come back onto your stomach, elbows underneath shoulders. You're gonna push down into the mat, but then imagine you're trying to like pull yourself forward. And as you do that, you'll feel something really nice through the thoracic spine. So here we go. Breathe in and then press down. Imagine you're pulling yourself forward. Like instead of crawling forward, you could glide yourself forward. Feel that openness through the chest. Feel the length through the spine. And then exhale. Come out of it. Woo! All right, let's do one more. Coming back into the position. Pressing down into the forearms to get up a little bit with the upper body, and then pushing down and like dragging your hands back, but not really letting them move. And you'll feel that length through the thoracic spine, in between each vertebra. Feel the chest broaden. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. And exhale. Whew. And release. That is our little posture workout. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a lot of movement that is opposite to what we normally do, so it should feel really good. and a little challenging as well. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you soon.